What the fuck? What the fuck was that? Hey guys, Mahdi from the Disciples here, your resident dinosaur Daniel. Before we get into this, I'd like to tell you a quick story. About a month and a half ago, we held the first Disciples Invitational, which we hosted and streamed on our Twitch channel. Follow and subscribe on Twitch. Okay, thank you. It was a small tournament with a handful of UK players showcasing a bunch of different rogue decks, one of which was SHADDOLL Trickstar, played by one of our very own, Connor Zoe. Here's his list. Now I guess it makes sense, the Trickstars are good lights for Construct, but after watching him resolve Reincarnation like 8 times for no particular reason, we just had to ask, why was he playing so many Trickstars? Why was he playing any at all? Why couldn't he just play a better light? Are there any better lights? And so I began my mission to find the linchpin, to find the card, to fix this deck, and bring SHADDOLL back to its former glory, and... yeah, I found nothing. I mean, I guess the clowns are okay, but... nah. And so, I did what I do best, I just went back to playing dinosaurs. But somewhere between that Tyranno-driven face rolling, a brainwave hit me. By some miraculous stroke of genius, I realised something. Oh wait a second, Archosaur's a light monster. Is this it? Is this going to bring SHADDOLL back to tier 1 dominance just like the old days? Well, probably not, but it can't hurt to try, right? And here's the deck list. As you can see, there's quite a lot going on here, so I'll do my best to break this down, starting off with the dinosaurs. Of course, 3 Oviraptor, 3 Miscellaneousaurus, 3 Babycerosaurus. This should all be standard by now to most dinosaur players and most people who are familiar with these cards. The 1 ALO for Huckafibrax access, the 1 Archosaur, the card that supposedly ties this whole thing together, as you'll see, the 2 Conductors, and then moving on to the SHADDOLLs, 3 of each good SHADDOLL because you want to open one of these, and then 1 of each Hedgehog, Beast, and Falco. Beast is okay, you probably don't need to play it, but it's just good utility to have. 1 Hedgehog because we use it in some of the combos, and 1 Falco because we use this in all the combos involving Huckafibrax, as you'll see it in the next part. 1 Aerial for another target and a way to facilitate SHADDOLL plays. Then we have the O-Lion as another target for Needle Fiber, and then we have 3 Ash and 3 Veiler for hand traps, just to have defensive cards. We then move on to the spells. We have 3 Fossil Dig for consistency, the 6 fusion spells. SHADDOLL Fusion's still a very powerful card in the format, just giving you 3 pluses going second and just facilitating your plays going first. 3 Called by the Grave because hand traps suck. 1 Double Evolution Pill to search off Archosaur, and the rest SHADDOLL to send off of Construct for your combos, and it's also another recursive piece as well. Moving on to the extra deck, we have 3 Construct, which we usually do end up going through all 3, as you'll see in one of the replays. 1 Winder, we actually only have space for 1 Winder, unfortunately, as well as 1 Akpalone to fix certain hands that are just clogged with SHADDOLLs. For the 1 Xyz monster, we have the 1 Dolka. It's dinosaurs, you play the best rank 4s in the game. For the Synchros, we have Herald. Some of the combo strings let you make a Herald as well if you have enough extenders, and like it's really cool because you can then use this, you can like fuse this, use Cross Sheep, fuse this into Construct, Cross Sheep, bring it back, and do cool plays like that. You also have Metal Marcher for the combo, as you'll see. And then moving on to the links, we have Link Cross, Huckafibrax, Proxy F Magician, which is actually quite a key piece in this deck now, because it lets you access your SHADDOLL engine just off of Huckafibrax, as you'll see. Cross Sheep for some combos and extensions. IP, Dark, generic Link 2, it comes up in a lot of the combos as well, more extensive ones. Unicorn for a Disrupt or just generic spot removal, and 1 Appaloosa. And then looking at the side deck, can be really anything you want. I've got hand traps and back row removal, the extra dragon for the back row matchups, the extra Pancratops for the back row matchups, and then 1 access code because I couldn't fit it into the main deck. So the first question a lot of people might ask is, why do these 2 decks work together so well? Well, first off, as we first established, Archosaur is a very searchable light that you can use to facilitate your construct plays. You know, between your 3 Oviraptor, your 3 Miscellaneousaurus, and your 3 Fossil Dig, you shouldn't really be short of lights to use for your fusion plays. As well as this, the Dinosaur engine is actually really good at giving you seamless access into Halqifibrax, and this card is really important in this deck now because it lets you access your SHADDOLL fusions into your engine, as you'll see in the combos. Couple of things you might be able to consider is playing more fusions, possibly playing Selene to climb into access code. Selene also is quite neat because it brings back all your SHADDOLL monsters. You could also consider playing more dinosaur cards like Lost World and stuff. I personally didn't feel a need to play those cards in this deck specifically, but test it, mess around with it, see what you like, see what you can do with it. It's a really fun deck and it's capable of a lot of things, as you'll see in the replays. So first of all, we'll just have a look at what Halqifibrax actually enables in this deck now with the Proxy F Magician play. So we'll summon Halqifibrax here and use its effect to summon SHADDOLL Falco. We'll then link off into Linkross, summoning 2 tokens. Then we'll synchro into Metal Marcher and summon back the Falco in defense. And then we'll link the Linkross and the Marcher into Proxy F Magician. Now, if we just take a minute here, and have a look at Proxy F Magician. For those who don't know, what this card enables you to do during your main phase, you can fusion summon 1 fusion monster from your extra deck. So that's just using cards that you control on your field. It has an extra effect as well. If you summon a monster to its zone, you can special summon a monster from your hand with 1000 less attack. That might be useful in hands where you have lots of different monsters, where you can use them to extend. And you know, that's 2 really good effects for this deck. So we're just going to go ahead and summon Construct here. Construct and Falco will trigger here, Falco will summon itself back, and the Construct will send SHADDOLL fusion. We'll then link off the SHADDOLL and the Proxy for any link. We'll summon a Unicorn here, for example. We'll use the Construct here to add back SHADDOLL fusion. We'll then set it, and then on our opponent's turn, we go ahead and fuse into Winder, locking them out of the game. And now for a slightly more elaborate combo involving, of course, the classic Miscellaneousaurus and Baby combo. This will really show just how powerful the dinosaur cards here are and what they let you do with the SHADDOLL engine. So we'll start this combo as we start with every dinosaur combo. Miscellaneous summon Archosaur, Archosaur pop Baby for the double evolution pill, and we'll get Oviraptor. And then make our way through the plays, pop Baby Saurosaurus, summon another one, summon the Aolo from deck. And now we'll link summon using the Baby and the Aolo for Halqifibrax. Halqifibrax then summons Falco, and then this process should look quite similar now, summoning Linkross, summoning the 2 light tokens, synchroing into Metal Marcher bringing back the Falco, and now we're going to link summon, and this time we actually have enough monsters to make use of Cross Sheep in this combo. So then we're going to link into our Proxy F Magician, and then fuse away the token and the Falco for Construct. We'll then use Construct, Falco, and Sheep. Falco will summon itself back, Sheep will summon back a Baby, or any monster really, and the Construct will send SHADDOLL, as usual. We'll then start linking off those 2 for the IP, and then linking into Appaloosa, obviously not forgetting the fusion, and then we'll use double evolution pill to summon Conductor from deck. So here we have an interrupt in the form of SHADDOLL, we have an IP to go into Unicorn on our opponent's turn, we have 2 negates with the Appaloosa, and we have a Conductor as well to book their board. That seems quite good to me. Finally, we have some replays to go over. So the first game is going to be against Henry Bancroft playing against Thunder Dragon. Whoa, Thunder Dragon in 2020? My goodness. What's wrong with me? Anyways, we're going to start with Oviraptor and getting a little bit excited with the declare function. And we'll just make our way through the plays as we usually do. Misc summon Archosaur, and then we'll go through the plays, summon Baby. I backtrack a little bit here and instead discard a Miscellaneousaurus after sending one, of course, and then using it to summon back itself, and then making a Dolka with it before I make my plays. Do I make a Dolker here? No, I go straight into the fiber and I get impermanence here. And then here he goes to Thunder Dragon Dark, correct play to make here, so I go ahead and link everything off into Appaloosa, and then I make a Conductor, and then unfortunately we did get impermed on our Hulk Fibrax, so we can't get access to our Shadow engine just yet, but we'll pass on this. This is a fair amount of disruption against the Thunder deck, you know, we can negate all the Thunder effects. He's going to summon Dark here, we're going to book it with the Conductor, get another Overraptor, get another Misc for next turn. And he goes ahead and ditches Roar to add back a Thunder Dragon, and I negate that. And then he plays his Thunder Dragon Fusion to make Titan. And at this point I know he just has the Dark in hand, so feeling pretty safe here. I think he's going to attack the Appaloosa here, but instead he goes to attack the Overraptor. The correct play, unfortunately. And then we go to my turn, and as you'll see here I top deck the Shaddol, so we can start making our plays. So I start the turn by discarding Miscellaneousaurus. Start the turn by using Miscellaneousaurus in the grave, to add another Conductor. We normal summon this Miscellaneousaurus, get back the Archosaur, and this is where it being a light comes into play, where we can now Shaddol into Construct and get access into our Shaddol fusion plays. So here I add a Squamata, send a Wendy, set the Falco, and then we start doing some link plays here. Making the Proxy F Magician, adding back the El Shaddol, and now using Proxy F Magician to summon Construct for a second time this turn, sending a Fusion, linking that off into a Cross Sheep, adding back the Shaddol Fusion. Well, here I make a misstep, summon that first, and then we summon Shaddol Fusion, and then he uses Titan. Instead of popping his own monster, he decides to pop the Cross Sheep to avoid access code. And then here we summon Shaddol Construct for a third time this turn, this time sending the trap card, and then sending Beast off the Squamata to draw an extra card. So here we just attack over his board, and we'll see what happens. Yep, killing the Titan, killing the set duo, and then just attacking for damage. And here it's quite loaded, because then in main phase 2, as you'll see in just a moment, didn't mean to do that, we link into IP, add back the Reincarnation, set both of the Shaddol cards that we tutored out this turn, and in the standby phase I'm going to summon back the Shaddol Construct, using it to send Aerial, and banishing his follow-up play in the form of Thunder Dragon Fusion. Here he's on 2 cards, top decks the Pot of Desires very skillfully, but unfortunately this isn't going to be enough, because we then just go El Shaddol into Winder, he summons back his Dark, he tries to crash Dark for a search at some point, I think, use some effects, but yeah, at this point it's curtains and there's not much he can really do to win the game from here. And here we have a game against Salamangreat, piloted by Arthur, otherwise known as Doitsu, otherwise known as Orange Guy from Fossil Dig. A bit of a cult hero on this channel. So he's going to be going first this game, and we'll just see what he ends up doing. So here he goes Spinny into Balinx, Balinx get the field spell, and then he goes Balinx into Balinx, sets 2 and passes. Not the strongest Salamangreat play, but this there's still a lot to be worried about here. 2 cards in hand and 2 back row. So here we go Shaddol Fusion, he goes Ash, we have the Called by the Grave because we're really good at the game, and then we summon Construct, really powerful here, we just get 2 free sends, I'm not going to complain about that. Wendy's going to then go ahead and summon a Hedgehog from deck, and we are going to go straight to the battle phase to try and bait a Rage or a Roar, or make the Roar dead or bait the Rage by attacking into the Balinx. He goes ahead and protects against Shaddol's Construct's mandatory effect, but then it still dies to battle. We then go to main phase 2 and start doing our dinosaur plays. So here we discard Miscellaneousaurus, banish it for the Archosaur, Archosaur pops the baby, get the pill, then we get the Overraptor add baby. All of this is just nuts, I've got like 4 monsters here for no reason. Then we go ahead and summon Cross Sheep, and then normal summon the Overraptor pop the baby. Oh yeah, not forgetting the El Shaddol Fusion add back. How many times have I forgotten that this video? But anyways, we summon back the Archosaur, and then summon out a tuner from the deck, and we get Goes Unmatched. Woo, what a fun card. So we go ahead and we stick with our darks, because that still gives us access to Winder, and he passes because he has no play. What a great deck. We go ahead and in the end phase, fuse for a Winder and trigger some SHADDOLL effects, just for extra pluses. And then what this enables us to do on our turn, top decking Fossil Dig because I'm sick. We're going to go ahead and try and out this Goes Unmatched by making a Unicorn, using the Winder to add back El SHADDOLL, and then making a Unicorn. Yeah. And then we go ahead and try to hit the game. Well, we're going to make a Linkross here, summoning one token, and then using the Falco to summon back a Squamata from the grave. And then we're going to go for the Conductor. So what we're doing here is we're really just trying to play around another Goes Unmatched, which is why I kept these lights and darks here, rather than going for a Metal Marcher. And here he has Nibiru, unfortunately. I forget that you can keep the Squamata because it doesn't seem to affect set cards for some reason. We get the token, but this doesn't matter because we now have El SHADDOLL and the tokens are light, so we make another Construct. Construct's going to send a Resh for a possible play to add back the Winder, to summon back the Winder, sorry. And sending the Wendy to summon a Aerial from the grave, from the deck. We then go ahead and try to kill this Nibiru, but we get impermanence here. So we are going to go ahead and add back El SHADDOLL and set it and pass. And then on our turn, on their turn, he's going to go mining for debug. Add to debug. Normal's the debug to add Gazelle. And here I realise I have the SHADDOLL engraved still, so I go ahead and banish that and flip the Squamata to pop the Lady Debug, leaving him on no play for this turn. And then we go to our turn. I still have a Miscellaneousaurus engraved, so we go ahead and banish that. Summon another Oviraptor, get a Conductor. And from here, I think it's curtains, because we also have the El SHADDOLL for another construct to go for game. And that's going to be all from me today. I had a lot of fun messing around and testing with this deck, and I really wanted to show you guys, so you guys could go ahead and try this for yourselves. What did you think of the deck? Let us know in the comments, and if you liked the video, be sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel as well for more competitive Yu-Gi-Oh content. Be sure to check us out on all our socials, and be sure to check out our sponsors, The Brotherhood and MetaMats, at their websites. And with that said, Mahdi signing out. Peace.